Hi, how are you? This is Duane Henry Hoefer, Lyon, alive and live in our brand new studio. And what a studio it is. I am so glad for our time together here sharing. I hope you will share, like, and subscribe to our videos. Now, I'm going to title this one Message Art. Show a few more C. Turner paintings on paper, simple Walmart paint. These paintings are being posted on bulletin boards at the dollar store, Walmart, Dollar Tree, malls, everywhere people are getting the message out. Here is the first one I want to show you. Beautiful painting on paper. Cross with a scripture. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Now that's going out. This ain't going to lay around the studio. Love that cross. Now I'll title this one Birds in Flight, or Free as a Bird, because you can be free in Jesus. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the colors. Now I would like to just cover the studio wall with these and keep them, but they won't let me do that. Beautiful painting. Simple. Sharing it. Now, we are talking about message art, but we're going to talk about a little bit of everything here today. Now, look at this. I love this. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing. Right out of Thessalonians. Boy, that's beautiful. Would look beautiful in the bathroom. Maybe right as you come out of the shower, you could look at that. Now, here's another one. I don't know, this kind of reminds me of Hawaii, or maybe Aruba or Jamaica. Look at that. That's beautiful. I like how the palm trees frame the sun. They frame in the sun there as it sets or rises. I'm not sure which. Here's another one, kind of from a forest, and they are framing the sun. I like that. They frame the sun. I know Elvis Presley wore high collar shirts, and behind the scenes it was explained that the high collar framed his face. And so there is art is deep. Art is everything. Everything is art. God is the creator. Now look up there in the corner. I'm still showing off my purple beer. I'm showing him from the other side this time. And there he is standing there just behind two Shakespeare books. And look down there. There's the cupcake tree. The cupcake tree. I cannot bring myself to post that one anywhere but in my studio. Here's my favorite. Absolutely beautiful. This should be silk screen to put on shirts and just put everywhere. Now that's pretty. Look at that. Beautiful. Thank you, C. Turner. Now, I'm big on art. I like old things. I was in an old country store yesterday, and we manage stress different ways. When I get into stress, I go eat a bologna sandwich, and I feel better. I'm going to show two postcards here, and I have made postcards at times in my ministry. Here's two never been shown together. Here is William Branham on your right, great prophet of God, William Branham. And then there is Andy Warhol, the great pop artist, the prophet and the pop artist. I want to say something about this postcard on Andy Warhol. It's a picture of him in the factory, and this was mailed from London. I happened to pick it up, and then on this William Branham postcard, this was something that his ministry put out, and then I was inspired by it and began to put some postcards out from time to time to create my own postcards. Now we're talking about stagecraft, stage design. I was a few years ago, let's see, down September of 2016 in Winkler in Manitoba, and they have a paper that's printed in Morden and it's also printed in Winkler, and they wanted to take a photo, the editor, and I took 2 changes of clothes. They were going to print really the same story, but in 2 different papers. I suggested that, I wear a different shirt. One kind of portraying spring and one winter. We was kind of in between and kind of just give it a different look. Editor liked it. Here they are. Now this is stage designs. There were places this paper was, both sets of papers were there for the taking. And I just thought, hey, why not have a different picture, a different appeal? Now, because it's just catching for the eye. So they both said Street Preacher comes to Winkler, but one of these was the Morden Times, the other one was the Winkler Times. The lower one is the Winkler Times, so there I am kind of in summer gear behind one tree, and I think that may be the same tree, maybe a little different area, but I had different clothes on. So I've set up stage design and so forth for politicians, one thing or another. I wrote a poem about my brother called My Baby Brother, and I used my picture. Well, I was criticized for that, and that criticism just energizes me. You learn from your critics and say, why would you put your picture in there? Well, Randy didn't want his picture, so I put mine. I remember once I was running for office and won a 5-way primary, blew myself up in the general. It's a good thing. I would have died and gone to hell by now if I would have become a politician. But somebody, they began to criticize me on different websites, and then they finally just gave up, and they wrote that, we found out it don't matter if it's good publicity or bad publicity. Duane Lyon just wants publicity. And it reminded me of what Colonel Tom told Elvis. He said, Elvis went to the colonel and said, boy, he went to the colonel and said, they're saying bad things about me, Colonel. And then Colonel asked, was he spelling his name right? And that's what mattered. But see, with me, I want to take the message of Jesus out in all different venues, in newspapers, in the political world, the art world, all segments of media. If you follow Jesus, you're going to be criticized, and people that follow Jesus but are carnally minded or attempting to follow Jesus, they're going to not like you. They're going to hate you and call you a devil and everything else. But persecution should energize us because they're recognizing Jesus in us. Now, I was in Miami, Oklahoma, did 3 paintings on a motel wall. It was published in the paper, these 3 paintings, and I did a lot of poetry, felt very creative, and I wrote a poem called California Dreamin'. You can go on YouTube and see this. It's a poem that should be listened to, but there was a man laying out. I wanted to get some cans and write this, and I found a man laying by the dumpster that worked at this Mexican restaurant, and so I ended up writing about him. But I got these tomato cans. Look at the art of that. And I stacked them out in the park and wrote this poem, shot and put them to video. But this, I like to take pictures and put them with my poetry. See, so mix mediums. I love to mix mediums, and when I go to the county fair, I like to use multiple mediums. And I just think you need to appeal to the different, senses in a person. Now, here I had this design, this cross with Jesus in it, with a poem that I published. This was published in 8 newspapers in 2 countries over a 2-year period. The Resurrection Story, you can also see this video. I like that. Now, also I wrote a poem. It's on my channel called The Leaf. Look at that. You can, I got a picture in a church there, very colorful, and got a friend of mine to design this tree branch and the leaf falling. So this is designed. Now, I wrote I think a great poem. I met these tire shop people. I had a flat, and they doubled as bouncers at this rock concert called Rock, Oklahoma. Ended up writing a poem called Tire Shop Bouncers. Now, Mark has since gone on to be with the Lord. Mark Birdsell was his name. His daughter now is running this tire shop. Wonderful young lady, and let's pray for them and their business doing well. I learn a lot. I love libraries. A library really is an art gallery for the mind. Somebody needs to write that down. That was good. I like old books. Now here's a book. Old book called Adventures in Science. Look at the love and the art. Look, what is that? That's a cute little bunny there. Look at it. I had to pull it out and look. And look, I get inspiration. Look at this. This talks about the 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring. This is a beautiful book, free book. And it's an old book, 1939. I don't know if we've missed something or we're missing something. It just seems like there's more love and more art, more innocence in these old books. Many of these books are thrown away. Here's an old dictionary and genealogy book. Look at that. Going to be thrown away. But I like to use this type thing in my videos for props and so forth. Here's another old book I want to show you. 1889, the history of the Johnstown flood. Really kind of hard to get a look. Look at that old book. Old. And it makes nice design. Here's a nice book I got for free out of a library. Look at that. Norman Vincent Peale. You can if you think you can. I like that. I believe we can do all things through Christ. Yes, I do. Here's a nice book. Lure of the Open. And it's just nice to put on a coffee table. And you know what? That book was free. Everywhere there's free books. Here is an old coloring book. Look at that thing. I love that coloring book. And it's never been colored in. And just, they're old, got there, they're going to throw it away. Or I got it. Now here's a nice book. The Velveteen Rabbit. I don't think it's that old, but it's huge. And they give it away at the library. So I want you to think. You look at our stage there. There's some blue cream soda, Frosty. These boxes were going to be thrown away. And Andy Warhol, you know, he painted Billo boxes and Coke, soup cans. And I look at the art on these Frosty six-pack bottle holders. Just some beautiful art. Art's all around us. Beauty's all around us if we have the eyes to see it. I want you to say this with me. I am an artist. You are an artist. You have gifts. Young person, you have many gifts that just need to come out. And so I'd like you to paint that painting, pen that poem, share your gifts, and sing your song, pound your drum, string that guitar, and share in this wonderful life. We've got one shot, and we've got to give it all. And life is good. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful day. About 75 degrees here today. And life is good. So I love you. And I'm just trying to inspire you in different ways. Enter your county fair. Enter the poetry contest. And a lot of power companies have poetry contests. And write a letter to the editor. Write your congressman or senator. I approach every letter as a work of art, and I love to write devotionals that are, and I'm so thankful they're being published around the world. I think we now have 80 or 90 videos here on YouTube, I believe 90. And I just thank you for sharing and email me with your ideas. Hope to inspire you in some way. Last thing, I got to dig it out of my pocket. Here is a gospel coin in Spanish. Gospel coin. We lay these out. We give away Bibles. Oh, we've been out 711 Bibles now since November 1st on our World Bible Tour giveaway. Giving away Bibles. So you can look that up also on this channel. Thank you for tuning in. Go out and have a great day. And art it up, young people. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.